Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in Wrestling with Platinum versus AEW Dark Elevation. This is episode 25, I believe. In any case, it was short and sweet. An hour, which I think works much better for AEW Dark Elevation in particular. They recapped last Friday's Rampage and CM Punk's debut, of course, and all of that. They made sure that you knew that Punk was going to be in Milwaukee this Wednesday and face Darby Allin at All Out on September 5th. Good stuff. Tony Schiavone, Paul White, and Eddie Kingston once again joining for the commentary. The main event is going to be Dark Order against Death Triangle. White is excited to have Kingston on commentary. We got Dante Martin against Anthony Bowens. I'm going to call this a competitive matchup, and in that case, how I grade those is you get a check mark if both sides look good, and they most certainly do. They really they gave them a little time and let them do their thing. Did somebody win in definitive fashion? Yes, Dante Martin won with that flipping stunner. I kind of liked when he did the sunset flip better, honestly, but that flipping stunner is awfully impressive. Everything Dante Martin does is always big. And then as something advanced, yes, I believe it is. I think it's one of these things where Anthony Bowens will continue to sort of find his way. Right now, they're just kind of trying to keep him in the mix until they can find a new role for him, assuming, of course, that the Acclaimed are done, which would be a shame. But I gotta say, if Max Caster's just going to keep being a little bitch about it all, then it is what it is. Big Swole and Julia Hart are backstage in a promo. They talk about how much of a cheater Diamante is, and so Hart's going to team with her, and they invite Diamante to get a tag partner. Cool. They're continuing an angle that goes on different shows, and I really like that. We got the Varsity Blondes with Julia Hart against Warren Johnson and Zach Mason. This is definitely a squash match, so I grade that on a slightly different scale. It's still 3 check marks, but you get a check mark if somebody wins definitively. The Varsity Blondes most certainly do. A Griff Garrison rolling forearm, followed by a Pillman clothesline from the top rope. Do the Varsity Blondes look good in the process? Most definitely. Their teamwork is getting better. Their interactions with Julia Hart and even their whole presentation is much better than it used to be, in my opinion. And then did Warren Johnson and Zach Mason get a disproportionately large amount of offense or do their job well in defeat? And they most certainly did. Their job was to not get mixed up and to make sure they were there for all the Varsity Blonde stuff, and Varsity Blondes would look dominant since they have the the number 1 contenders tournament that they're currently in. And they did a great job. So 3 check marks. Alex Marvez is backstage with Diamante. Basically, her partner is going to be Nyla Rose. Oh boy, that's a big tag match. Next, we have the Best Friends, in this case, Wheeler, Utah, Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy, with Statlander at ringside, of course, against TH2 and The Blade, with the Bunny at ringside. A good brisk match with a lot going on. They really let Hardy's crew look pretty dominant, but then they really got across this idea of Orange Cassidy being sort of the lethal one. Hits the orange punch on Blade while he's flexing, and then the beach break and quickly gets the pin, kind of showing that Orange Cassidy can kill you quick, and I think that's kind of a cool idea, especially since Orange Cassidy is going to go against Matt Hardy. We'll call this a competitive match. Did both sides look good? Most definitely. Another match they gave some time to. It's nice to see. Did the winning team win in definitive fashion? Most definitely. And is something advanced? Of course, because we're setting up Orange Cassidy against Matt Hardy. Moving on. Post-match, Matt Hardy and Private Party walk out. Hardy and Cassidy stare at each other. Cassidy puts his hands in his pockets, and then the Best Friends give the people what they want. Tay Conti against Promise Braxton. I really like this Promise Braxton. Really does a good job. This match isn't that long. Tay Conti very dominant here. Wins with the Tay DDT. Does she look good? Tay Conti always does. Does she win in definitive fashion? Most def. And did Promise Braxton do a good job in defeat? Yes. ma'am/sir. And then finally, our main event, Death Triangle, which is, of course, Pac, Rey Fenix, and Penta El Zero Miedo, with Alex Abrahantes against Dark Order. In this case, it's Evil Uno, Alan Angels, and Colt Cabana. We'll call this competitive, though you knew Death Triangle's going to win. Did both sides look good? Yes. Did they win in definitive fashion? Yeah. Pac won with the Black Arrow and had a little dust up, or at least a little confrontation with Andrade afterwards, which was nice. And did the Dark Order, and there was something advanced? Most definitely. This was about Pac and his confrontation with Andrade. But I also like that they put over this notion that they really separated Alan Angels personality-wise from other members of the Dark Order and gave him a little bit extra to do in that regard, so I really liked it. In any case, this has been Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling.